Hey everybody, it's Chris over at Dixieland Farm, and I went to a record booth at a undisclosed location. Grown Man Record Night usually calls it their secret place. And this guy, everything was $1. Normally they're $2 to $3. Everything was $1, and a lot of it was cleared out. Worried that he was leaving, but apparently what he does is he kind of does like a fire sale, gets rid of everything, and then starts all over again. So if it hasn't sold, off it goes, I guess. So I picked up 9 records. I was with Dave, DJ Thunder, 1970, who no longer makes videos, and I don't think longer watches my videos, which is fine. I hang out with him usually every other week. End night, you know, one night, the wives and the bros, you know, hanging out. So he bought much more, and I kept like giving him stuff. I'm like, yeah, buy this, buy this, buy this. So I think he picked up 20 plus records. I picked up 9 for $1 each. And a lot of these I don't know what they are. So I thought it would be fun, and so did Bo Chonker, which is why I'm doing this kind of video. So a lot of these were blind buys, so I'm going to give you the reasoning why I bought it, and then listen to it and see was I right of what I thought it might be or not. And so the first record is Faces, long player. Faces is the band that came out of the Small Faces. It grew into the Faces. They were no longer small. They had Rod Stewart as a lead singer for, I think, most of the time they were Faces. And obviously much better than the Small Faces. I mean, like way, way above, you know, with a talent like Rod Stewart, and got rid of that awful Steve Marriott who couldn't sing anyway. I'm saying this because I wanted Bo Earhead 6 to have a heart attack. I put out a life insurance policy on him. Obviously, that's not true. Faces were terrible compared to the Small Faces. It's still good, but a shell of a band, not even the same band. Even though it had most of the same people playing. Different sound. And Humble Pie is also terrible compared to the Small Faces. So I have a best of, and the best of actually has a poster with a lot of nude photographs of groupies they slept with. Interesting fact, and the previous owner apparently liked it a lot, and he cut out a lot of the nude photos from the poster. So I have a checkerboard poster, which is fine. And then I've got one record, Not As Good As a Wink to a Blind Horse. And I think all I need really is Ooh La La. The first self-titled is a cool cover, but I don't really need it. There are no hits that I can tell from this record. You know, it doesn't have Ooh La La, or, you know, maybe it's got something that I know, but nothing's coming to mind. But for $1, picked it up. And on the, I keep throwing it down too, which annoys some people, which is why I do it. It's on the original green. Warner Brothers with the die cut. So this, I picked it up because it was on Tower. A lot of neat stuff shows up on Tower, which is a Capitol subsidiary. A lot of stuff that's not cool shows up on Tower, like Dean Martin reissues. So I don't know who Ian Whitcomb in America is. A lot of the import stuff from Capitol showed up on Tower. So this is, I imagine, kind of British pop, slightly crooner, slightly Mersey beat, is my guess, is what Ian Whitcomb sounds like. Don't know if I'm right. The Beware the Bantams. It's ripping greatly, but it's also on a white label promo on the older Warner Brothers, and so kids group. They're doing covers of songs. I imagine this sounds exactly what it looks like. And the one kid looks like somebody down here. I don't know. Does it have any names that I can say? They're all brothers. I don't know. Of course I'm going to pick that up for $1. Are you kidding? The Trout on MGM. Got a lady singing. Anybody of engineering? Val Velentin, of course, like all MGM stuff. I imagine this sounds like a Sweetwater ripoff, so probably pop with a hint of psych and probably a hint of blues rock, but mostly pop. We'll find out. The Trout, I believe I've seen that before shown. This is Mozart, and it's on a, I believe, mono Mercury Living Presence. Back here it says stereo, but I think I checked the record, and no, it is stereo. Margin control, side 1. Margin control, side 2. What the hell does that mean? There's no need to play this. We know exactly what that sounds like, but Mercury Living Presence, I was going to pick it up. That is probably a reissue. Here's the bridge in blue. I think the bridge, because it's also on Kama Sutra, I think is Johnny Maestro on the Brooklyn Bridge, and this is just a slightly different incarnation. Oh yeah, the bridge with Johnny Maestro on vocals, bass, and percussion. I know exactly what this sounds like, and it's pop. It's all it is, pop from the 70s. And on Press Records, doesn't it look sort of like Roulette and sort of like Scepter Records had a baby? Bunch of dorky kids, and you know, they put themselves in a wide angle thing here. I imagine that this is, I don't know if they're from the UK. Yeah, they are. So I imagine this is Mersey beat type sound of stuff on Press Records, distributed by London Records. All right, let's find that out. I know exactly what this is. To Bonnie from Delaney. So Delaney and Bonnie, more your blues, Janis Joplin-esque, Cold Blood-esque. So we know exactly what this is. No need to listen to it. 1970. So did this come before Clapton joined up with them for a little bit? I don't know. I don't care, I guess. Duane Allman's on it though. I see that. Great. Know exactly what this sounds like. No need to listen. Same thing with James Moody on Argo. This is jazz. This is calling it jazz is really polite. It's piano-y, classic standards. You know, yeah, it's just good jazz-ish. No need to listen to this, and I've got a couple of James Moody albums. So we've got 4 albums to sample real quick. So let's do the needle drops. Am I right? Let's find out. All right, so let's be honest. Ian Whitcomb was not what I expected. It was much more than what I expected. That's some cool stuff right there. All right, Beware the Bantams. Am I right? Of course I'm right. I was wrong about the last one, but I'm right about this. All right, so it is what I thought, but the background is a lot like garagier and rawer than I thought, which worked out in my favor. The Trout. It's dirty, but I'm putting it on for you. I know So the trout, I was way off. It was a lot more sunshine pop than I was expecting, especially with the girl with the bare feet. You know, that's there. This was a lot more mamas and papas than I was expecting. Totally cool. And the fortunes. Was I right? Yeah, I was completely right about the fortunes, and definitely not upset about any of those choices. That's why I love Dollar Bin. So I know a lot of you go and check out your phone first and see what you're listening to, but not me. I just kind of go based on cover art and labels, and if I don't know what it is, then I want to know what it is. And of course, it's only $1. If I don't like it, I'll just get rid of it. Very happy with all my choices, and I'm happy that you came along. What'd you think of this stuff? I mean, my descriptions, were they good enough? I don't know. Were my predictions good enough? I don't know. Doesn't matter, because I'm happy with all of it. Everybody, for Dixieland Farm, thank you so much for watching. Take care.